welcome to your mobility yoga day. So today, the main thing you need is a mat and some free space around you. Music, you can certainly play some that you wish. I won't be playing any copyright issues always. At the end, I'll give an optional time for some rolling. So if you have a roller or a ball available, you can certainly have them available and follow along with that as well. If not, you can just end your day there. So for today, it is going to be some yoga, some stretching type movements. So hopefully you enjoy it, have some fun with it, and try to relax. So to get started, we're just going to first focus on that breathing. So just take the lay on back, lay it on down, nice relaxed. Nice big deep breaths. Try to go in through the nose and out through the mouth. While you're going through these breaths, hands, if you wish, can be on that stomach. Hopefully you feel that rise and fall with every breath. If you want, one hand on the stomach, one on the chest. So hopefully that stomach is rising before the chest. And while you're doing this, just try to relax that whole body. Pay attention to if there's any areas that might be a little discomfort or tight. So that way you can focus on them when you are just going through the rest of the movements. So just a few more breaths here, nice big deep. So just a few more nice deep breaths here. Inhale it, hold it in, exhale out, hold it, inhale, hold it in, exhale, hold, inhale, hold it, exhale, relax. So you can head back to your more normal breathing there and start to get ready. So we're gonna bring those knees right on up to the chest. Bring them on up, hug them as best you can. If you wish, from this position, you can give a little rock side to side. Again, focusing on that breathing, giving that back a little bit of a massage. If you wish, you can kind of hold it out to one side for a couple seconds. That'll give that part of the back a little bit more pressure. As well, you can pull those knees, try to tighten them in towards that chest, or loosen them back out. Alright, so from here, we'll take those feet, push them on up to the ceiling, try to grab those big toes if you can for a happy baby. Get those legs out nice and wide, knees down. Head should be nice, relaxed on the floor. If by chance you don't have that range of motion and you're up, head is up, you can put something behind your head for a little more balance or support. Try to push those heels straight up to the ceiling. And then take your right leg, push it straight on up as high as you can. Bring that leg back down, and left leg, push it straight on up as high as you can. And bring it back on down. Alright, you can relax those feet, plant them on the ground. From here, we'll go ahead, cross one knee over, so I have my left over to my right, and you're going to drop your legs down towards that right side, or so to the left side. Hands out to the side, palms facing up. Just let that back stretch a little bit. Just hold it here, focus on some of that breathing. And bring those legs back up. Switch the feet around. And this time I'm right over left and dropping that left knee to the right. Turn and look to the opposite direction of the legs. Nice big deep breaths to help stay relaxed. If you find it too hard to hold your knees up in the air, you can certainly put something under it to help support the muscles. Inhale, bring it back up to the top. We're going to do each side once again. So back, left over right. Drop those knees on down to the left. Exhale as you take it on down. See if by chance, if you notice, it goes a little further this time. Keep holding just a little longer. Inhale, pull it back, coming up. Plant the feet right over left, and then drop it down. Again, see if maybe you notice if you can go a little lower this time. Feet again. Alright, so from this position here, you can go cross. We'll go left leg onto that right, so you're getting into that figure 4 position. This way. And you're just going to hold it here right now. So just get comfortable in that position. We're going to start moving in a few seconds. So from here, what you're going to do is try to keep that ankle tethered to your knee. So from there, you're going to take your outside knee and slowly just move it kind of up, down through its range of motion. If you wish, you can use your hand for a little bit of assistance. Don't use that hand to really pull it. You're just trying to get that knee, or get the hip joint moving through some external and internal rotation here. As you're going, see if by chance you can hold it at its end point for a couple breaths. So both kind of what would be the top and the bottom position. It's more likely when you're down with the knee further away from the chest that you will feel a little more tension and discomfort. Again, as long as it's not painful, you should be good with it. If the discomfort does get to be too much, then you can relax it back. But again, try to hold it, pushing that end range of motion just a little bit if you can. Relax it. We'll switch it to the other side. So for me, it's that right leg up. So again, just hold it here for a few breaths. Get comfortable in that position. slowly start to just move that knee through its range. Take it nice and slow, there's no rush. Right now we're just going through that range. Don't worry about holding it yet. You can just do a quick hold at the top and bottom. In a few seconds here, we're going to give it that longer hold. Next time you're up at that top knee close to the chest position, hold it there. Try to get the very end range. Hold it as best you can. Again, if you wish, you can use that hand, just a very gentle pressure to help hold it in place if you wish. Some nice big deep breaths here. Slowly let go, let the knee drop down. Again, get to kind of its end point and then hold it there. If you wish to use the hand for that gentle pressure, go ahead. Just a little longer here. All right, slowly relax. Bring that foot back on down to the floor. So for our next one, we're gonna just hold the bridge position for a little bit, help work those glutes. So feet, get them just beyond reach of the fingertips. And then about a hip width apart. From there, all you're gonna do, tilt those hips to get rid of that curve in your low back, pushing that low back flat against the floor. Once you've done that, squeeze those glutes, lift those hips on up. So we're gonna hold it here for a little bit. So nice big deep breaths. Really push those hips up so you feel those shoulders back of the shoulders in the back, kind of driving into the ground. Make sure the knees aren't caving in on you. You're keeping them nice apart and apart. Exhale and take it on down. Last one in this lying position. Legs, what you can do, get them bent to about a 90 degrees out to the side. So nice laid, arms straight out to start, to both sides, looking straight up. From there, we're gonna take, because I'm rotated to my right side, I'm gonna take that left hand, rotate it up overhead, and bring the left palm to meet the right palm. Hold it here for a second. Inhale and reverse the motion. Exhale, take it back, palms together. Inhale, sweep that arm on out. Exhale, take it back in. And we're going to go once more. Inhale, take it on out. Exhale, take it back on in. Alright, so starting in this position, what we're going to do, instead of dragging that top hand across the floor, we're just going to straight arm open up. So, we're going to go ahead. Inhale, rotate it straight on out to the side. And look and follow it with your eyes. Exhale and pull it back in. When you pull it back in, try to reach that hand as far ahead as you can. Inhale, open it up again. Exhale, close it. Inhale, open it up. And go ahead and close. One more. Inhale, open on up. Exhale and close. All right, so go ahead, switch around to your other side, and we're gonna do the same thing. So we want those knees at about that 90 degrees. Start that top hand out to the side, and we're gonna start with the sweeps. So taking for me my right side, sweep it around overhead, and bring them to each other. Exhale, sweep it back out. Inhale, sweep it in. Exhale on out. Inhale, bring it back in. Last one. Exhale out. Inhale, bring it back in. All right, so we're gonna go for more of that rotation here in the book. So, palms together, nice and tall, arms straight, open it straight on up with an inhale. Close with an exhale. Open it on up, inhale. Close for an exhale. Two more, inhale, open on up. Exhale, close it. And last one. Inhale, open on up. Exhale and close. We're going to transition here into some more yoga type movements. So we'll start on up towards the top of your mat. From there, take a step on back to a bit of a lunge position. If you need something for balance, you can certainly use that. From here, what we're going to do is go ahead and take that back foot, rotate it out to the side, front leg bend forward. We'll go arms up for a warrior. So just holding it here. Nice big deep breaths. See, with every kind of exhale, you can sink a little lower into that front leg. When you are in this position, try to keep those heels in line with each other. Keeping that chest nice, tall, and upright. We're going to go ahead, lean on forward. Forearm can take a rest on that knee, arms straight up overhead. Keep pushing into that forward leg. Inhale, push it back, rotate on backwards. Try to take that back arm. You can rest it on that back leg. And then from there, we'll inhale, cycle it back forward. Lean on down, plant those hands on the mat. You can rotate the back foot. And we're just going to hold it here right now. So a nice deep lunge position stretch. from here, we're going to take that left hand. If your right foot is forward, take that left hand, raise it on up. Bring that hand back on down, and now take that right hand, raise it on up. And bring it back on down. Take that forward foot, push it up back, top of a plank position, and then from there, slowly lower yourself on down to the floor. Once you're there, you can untuck those toes, push that chest head on up, give that back a little bit of a stretch. If it is too much on that back in this position, certainly head on down to your forearms if you need to, okay? All right, from here, uncurl those toes, tuck them out. Push it on back for a downward dog. And just hold it here for a second or two. Really try to push that chest head towards those thighs. And then slowly, you can walk those hands towards those feet. Slowly stand on up. All right, we're gonna go through that, but for the opposite side now. So, start at the top of your mat. Whatever leg you pushed back last time is gonna stay up forward. So for me, I went my right leg back. And my left leg back. So, for me, I'm gonna go right leg back, down, turn it on out. Once you're comfortable, lean into that front leg for that warrior position. Again, arms nice, straight, tall, keeping those shoulders down away from those ears. Just gonna hold it here right now. Try to keep those hips nice turned so they are facing straight in front of you. You don't want to be rotated like so. Really lean into that front leg. Keep on holding a little longer. Nice big deep breaths, don't forget them. Just a little longer. And with your next exhale, you can lean it on forward. Take that forearm down to the knee, arm up overhead. Keep holding, keep that breathing, just a little longer. Inhale, rotate it on back, and reach it nice far overhead. Just a little longer. All right, rotate it back forward. Hands can go down on that floor. Rotate that foot. Nice deep lunge position. Just gonna hold that. Taking that hand beside your foot, so same side first. So my left foot forward, left hand's going up. Bring that hand back down to the floor, plant it, and then the opposite hand's going up. Bring that hand back down to the floor. From that foot, take it on out, the top of your push-up, slowly lower on down till you're right at the floor, uncurl those toes, and you can lift that chest head up. Again, head to the forearms if you find it too uncomfortable. When you are in this position as well, try to keep those shoulders down away from the ears. And nice big deep breaths. From here, uncurl those toes. Push that bum back. Try to get that chest head towards those thighs. Hold it just a little longer. And as you exhale, you can slowly start to walk those hands up towards those feet, and then slowly stand it on up. Down, bottom of your mat. Slowly bend on forward. Try to touch those toes as best you can. Take it nice and slow. Once you're there, walk those hands on out so you're top of a push-up. From here, you can spread those feet apart a little bit. Push that bum on the mat for a downward dog. We're just going to hold it here right now. While you're holding it here, if you wish, you can slowly start to alternate pedal those feet. Really stretch those legs out. Don't forget to keep pushing that head and chest down towards those quadriceps. So hold it or slowly pedal here for a few seconds. Just a little longer. All right. So from here, you're going to go ahead, straighten back out to the top of a push-up position. From there, slowly drop those knees on down to the floor. So you're in your tabletop. From here, we're just going to go ahead and do some bird dogs to start. So first one, we'll just go opposite arm, opposite leg, stretch it straight on out. Hold it. Nice big deep breath. Exhale, slowly lower back down, reset yourself. Inhale, stretch it on out. So try to get that arm right up to the ear and really push that heel out behind you. Exhale, switch it. Inhale, opposite side. Exhale, lower it on down. Inhale, stretch it back out. Lower it on down. We'll go once more each side. If you need to reset yourself, go ahead and do that, and then stretch it on out when you're ready. Slowly lower it back on down, and last side, stretch it on out. And lower it on down. All right, so from this position here, we will go ahead and just work on some of the glutes. So we'll just start with some fire hydrants. So starting in that nice tall tabletop position, from here, what you're going to do is lift on up. We'll start right leg. Just lift that knee straight out to the side. Hold it here as long as you can. Slowly lower back on down. And then we'll go to the left side. Lift it straight on out. Hold it. Slowly lower back on down. Give you a few seconds in case you need to shake it on out. You may notice those glute muscles really cramping very quickly. That is fine. If you have to take a rest, go ahead. Right side, lift it back on up. Try to keep those hips nice pointed towards the ground. And then bring it back in, other side. Lift it straight on out. And back on down. Once more on each side. So right side lift on up. Hand it on down, and left side bring it on up. And bring it on down. Alright, so we're going to add a little bit more of a challenge here. If by chance it's too intense for you, you can just continue on with the hydrant that we just did. So our next one, you're going to take that leg, lift it on out to the side as you were, and then try to rotate to bring that heel upwards. Hold it there, rotate back on down first, and then bring the knee in. Then switch it to the other side. So knee out, rotate that heel up. Hold, rotate the knee back in, and then bring the knee down. So we're going to continue on with that. Knee on out, rotate the heel up. Hold, rotate that heel back down, and bring that knee back in. Left side, knee up, heel up. Holding, and then heel down, knee in. So we're going to do each side 2 more times here. So right side on up, heel goes up. Hold it a bit more. Rotate that heel back down, bring the knee in. And left side up and up. A little longer. Rotate back down, bring that knee in. Once more each side. So knee goes out, heel goes up. And bring that heel back down, and knee in. Last one, knee out, heel up. Just a little longer. Heel back down, knee back in. All right, you can sit on back, give those shoulders a bit of a rest probably, and we'll head on down for a little stretch in child's pose to start. If you wish to spread those knees further out, go right ahead. If you can, take that head right down to the ground. From here, push yourself back on up to that tabletop position. Once you're there, pop on up off those knees, push the thumb back, straighten those legs back to a downward dog. From here, you're going to go ahead, take that right leg, lift it straight on up behind you if you can. Just hold it here. Hold it a little longer. Exhale, slowly bring it down. Bring the knee up forward, up between those arms. And then you can cross that leg in front of you. We're going to go for a bit of a pigeon stretch here. So, arrange yourself if you have to. Try to get nice and tall. If by chance you're having a bit of a hard time like I am, you can certainly go ahead, put something under your glute to help support you. Just do your best to hold it here right now. Hopefully you have that shin fairly perpendicular with the leg. If you're having a hard time, again, take a minute if you need to rearrange yourself. While holding it here, Every couple of exhales, see if by chance you can sink lower down into it. So maybe that means slowly going down towards those forearms. Just hold it here, focus on that breathing. Just a little longer here. All right, you can slowly, as you exhale, lift yourself back on up, nice and tall. And if you're able to, you can slowly just take that leg, swing it on out, back behind, and then push on up for another downward dog. Hold it here for a couple seconds, a little pedal if you wish. And then we'll go ahead, lift that left leg straight on up behind you. Keep holding it here. Don't forget pushing that chest head towards those thighs. And then slowly exhale, pull that knee in, up between those hands. Cross that leg out in front. So same thing, trying to get it nice, fairly perpendicular. Hold it up nice and high. After a few breaths, if you're feeling ready, with your exhales, you can slowly start to lower yourself on down. Again, just holding it down here for a few minutes. Nice big deep breaths. When you're down in this position, don't let that back really round. Try to keep it semi-flat if you can. This is where if you have some object, if you wanted to lean on that instead of right down to the ground, it may help as well. Pushing those hips a little forward can help as well. Keeping the back fairly flat. Just a little longer here, a few more breaths. And one of your next exhales, you can slowly lift yourself on up a bit. Just going to hold it in the high position quickly. And when you're ready, you can go ahead, slowly lift that foot on back behind you. Head on back for one more downward dog. Go ahead and drop it down to those knees. So from that tabletop position, go ahead, take those knees nice and wide. If you wish to orientate yourself so you're lengthwise with your mat, you certainly can. Give those knees a little more cushioning. All you're going to do is try to keep those feet pointed outwards. Keep those feet pointed outwards and slowly sit on back for a bit of a frog or goalie stretch here. If you really need to, stretch it really far out, go right ahead and just slowly sit on back. Hopefully you're feeling this more on the inner thighs, and you can give it a little rock as well. If you need to make it a little more intense, you can certainly drop it on down towards those forearms. And again, a little rock as well, back and forth. hold it in any position you feel you need to. Just a little longer. Right. You can slowly lift yourself back on up. Bring those knees on in. Rotate around. Sit on down on your bum. So, down here, we'll just go through a couple other stretches. So first, we'll just bring those feet in together, nice and close to the body for a butterfly. Just let those knees fall on down to the side. Don't force them down at all. Keeping that chest, head nice, tall, upright. If you wish to give it a little bit of a sway, you certainly can. And then while we're down here, we'll just take that right foot, stretch it straight on out. We'll give that hamstring a little bit of a stretch. So reach for those toes as best you can. If you can't quite reach them, that's fine. Just rest that hand on your shin. Again, try to keep that back fairly flat during this. Don't really round it. You want to keep the stretch in the hamstrings. If you start to round a lot, it will reduce it. So keep that chest, head nice, tall, upright, and try your best for those toes. Just a little longer here. With your next exhale, see if you can go just a little lower maybe. And slowly inhale, release it, come back up. Switch those feet around. Get that foot nice position, and when you're ready, slowly exhale, reach for those toes. Reach on this side. Same thing, if you can't quite get those toes, that's fine. Just holding on the shin works as well. And watch that back, keep it fairly flat, not a big round. So chest nice, tall, upright. Keep on holding. Just a little longer. With one of your next exhales, see if by chance you can go a little deeper into it. And exhale and slowly release it. All right, so from there, what we are going to do is go ahead, stand on up. We have one last yoga type movement here for you before we get into some of that rolling. So the next one is just a chair pose. So for this, it's just standing on that mat, feet about hip width apart. From there, slightly bend those knees, push the bum on back, arms straight out, more up overhead, whatever works best for you. And we're just gonna hold it here right now. Keep those feet nice, firmly planted. Push that bum straight behind you, chest, head stay nice, tall, upright. Keep holding it. We have just a little bit longer here. So you can stand it on up, take a quick little break. Give it a little shake if you have to, and we're gonna head back down. All right, and slowly lower yourself back on down, arms up. Keep holding it. Almost there. Nice, tall. And slowly stand back up. Good job. For the last little bit here, we're going to go over some rolling. If you have a roller or a ball, you can certainly join along. If you don't have anything available, that's fine. You can just call it the end of your day here. So for your rolling, you want to make sure that you're going for about a minute each side. I'll just kind of quickly go over the different areas for you to roll and the best way to do so. If you wish to pause the video, you can certainly do that to take more time on each section and then continue on. But yeah, I'll spend maybe a minute on each little area there for you. And again, pause it if you want more time. Okay. So from there, what we'll do is we will go ahead and start kind of from the feet and work our way up. So first one we'll do is with a ball. So grab a ball if you have one. If not, you could attempt with your roller as well. It just might be a little more awkward. If you are using the roller, I would suggest having something handy nearby as well, just in case you need some of that balance. So with the roller, you would just try to roll that foot forward, backwards. As well, you could try to get on the edge of the roller. And this is where something to support would be helpful, because you might need to use your other foot to help hold it down and kind of scrape that inner foot. Okay. If you're using a ball, much easier. You're just going to take that ball, roll it around, front and back, forward, back, side to side as well. And then don't forget about getting in for some of that arch area as well. So you'll just take your time, again, about 1 minute each foot. Just give it a nice roll. Applying a decent amount of pressure, so you're not just moving it around, you're applying some pressure. It should take some effort to move that ball for you. Slowly just roll it forward, back. All right, so once you've done about 1 minute on the one side, you can switch it, take your 1 minute on the other. Same thing. Nice pressure. As well, while you are rolling, you can play around with those toes. You can kind of spread them, curl them in, move them around a little bit as well to help get them moving. It'll help kind of change some of that structure on that bottom of your foot a little bit to hit some different areas. All right, don't forget, head on back towards that heel as well and really dig in there. All right, so that's your foot. Take that pause if you want to spend some time on it. I'm going to move on up. So sitting back on down, we're going to work on some of that shin first. So one leg, nice bent. Feel around, you should feel hopefully some of that shin bone there. Once you found it, you're going to take your ball, place it on just the outside of that bone, and then applying pressure, just slowly wiggle it back and forth, and you're going to work your way down that shin bone. So if by chance you do experience shin splints when you're walking or running, this may feel a little more tender, a little more pain. Take a rest, maybe apply a little less pressure. These are very small muscles that aren't worked a lot, so they can have a lot of discomfort. Just take your time, nice slow movement up, down, or side to side, or a little circle even. Just take your time with it as you work up and down that leg. So spending 1 minute on one side, and then once you've hit that, you can certainly take more. I would just recommend at least 1 minute. So I'm probably close to my 1 minute on the one side. You would switch when you're ready and head on over for the other. And just the same thing. While you are doing this, if you wish, you can try to curl those toes on up towards the shin always. Plant them, kind of go through that range of motion as well while the ball is in all these different positions, because the muscles that help to pull those toes up are found in this front of the shin. So doing so while you're rolling it will help roll them out while engaged and relaxed. All right. So again, if you want to take more time with the shins, certainly pause it, go ahead. I'm going to head on down. Next one is going to be our calf. So for the calf, ball works best. You can use the roller, I'll show that in a second. So with that ball, you're just going to get it under that calf and just lift those hips up to help move you forward, backwards. You can also go side to side, little circles. One way as well is if you think about the muscle structure of our calves, they're kind of a herringbone type pattern. So they go down pennate type structure, so they'll go down in this direction. So that might be another way you can try to roll them, is kind of from the outside down into the middle. So that might be another good way to try to roll them. But just while you're here, roll it again, side to side. Just come up just below the knee. You can take it all the way down, pretty much right to the ankle if you wish. Again, you want to make sure you're applying a decent amount of pressure, so that's why lifting those hips up will be helpful here, because that ball will be your main point of contact with the ground. As well, rotate that foot outwards to help get more of the outer side, and you can rotate it inwards to get the inner. Just keep going. Again, I recommend at least 1 minute on one side. You can certainly do more. Switching it around for the other, same thing. Keeping it that nice roll. Inner, outer. All right. So again, pause it if you want to spend more time on those calves. Go right ahead. For the roller with the calves, I forgot to show that, sorry. You would just get that roller under those calves. You can try one at a time. Both legs might work a little easier though. So just pretty much the same thing. Lift those hips on up, roll it up and down, keeping it just below the knee, and roll. Again, you can rotate those feet outwards if you wish, rotate them inwards, and do that same thing, okay? From there, we'll move on up to the hamstrings with the roller. I have it here. So hamstrings with that roller, just gonna pop on up just above the knee, lift those hips on up, slowly roll it from just above the knee up to the bum. From there, take it forward, back, nice and slow. You can rotate again that thigh to get more inside, rotate that foot more outside, and then same thing. About 1 minute each side. Take your time with it. If by chance you feel a spot that feels a little more tender or discomfort, definitely take a rest on it. You can try to wiggle around, move side to side as well. You can certainly do this with the ball. It will be a lot more specific and pinpoint a lot more specific areas. Otherwise, it's pretty much the same thing. So switch on over to your other side when you're ready. And just same thing, rolling it side to side. Okay, give it a pause if you want to spend more time on those. Next, we'll move to the quadricep. So for the quadricep, again, I prefer the roller. The ball you can certainly use, same as the hamstring. It will be a lot more specific for you. So for the quadricep with that roller, lay on down, one leg on, the opposite leg, just wherever feels most comfortable for you. So from here, same thing, rolling it from just above the knee, up as high up as you're comfortable with. Try to apply as much pressure, so if that means even stacking your feet, that is fine. Try to keep that quadricep nice and relaxed though. You don't want to have it contracted and tight while you're rolling because you won't get much out of it. So while you're rolling, just like every other area, take your time with it. If by chance you feel a spot on the quadricep that needs some of that more attention, take a rest on it, and that's when you can bring that heel up towards the bum, slowly lower back on down. So doing this helps contract and relax that muscle a little more. It will help work that area. As well, while you're rolling, you can rotate it more to the outside, more to the inside, to hit all areas. At least 1 minute one side, 1 minute on the other, okay? And I'm gonna move on to kind of our last one for today. It's gonna be, again, a ball works better. You can certainly use the roller though. We're just gonna work on those glutes. So taking that ball, put it under the glute of one side, sit on up, and then cross that knee on over. If you find it a little too intense with the leg crossed, you can certainly just hold the leg on out. That works just as fine. But while you're rolling that glute, roll it side to side, up and down, even little circles. If by chance you find a spot that gives you some discomfort and needs a little more attention, sit there, relax, and rest on it. Nice big deep breaths, and take your time. Don't forget, you can rotate it out to the side, more into the middle, and also roll it up nice and high, up towards the top of your hip bone there. So up along that hip bone is a common area that needs some more attention because it doesn't get stretched or used as much. So really work in that area you may find beneficial. Okay? So again, minute on one side at least, switch it minute on the other. And just quickly, I'll show you if you were to use your roller, which you certainly can. You would just hop on up onto that roller. Here, it's more likely that you'll do kind of both the glutes at the same time. It's hard to get kind of one side. You have a slight lean. It can be done though. So pretty much the same thing. Lean on it to the side, bring it more into the middle. Try to keep nice top upright and just roll it back and forth. All right, so again, pause it if you wish at any point. If you do want to do some more type of mobility or yoga, you can certainly look back at some of the previous ones I have provided. They are provided by some of our other fitness instructors, so some good ones for you to go through. Otherwise, I hope you did enjoy this class. Hope you have a great weekend and a good Friday, and it was great working with you. Have a good day.